Mrs. Halton, thank you for coming in.
Sorry, Ms. or Professor or Doctor. I'm not Mrs. That was my mother.
Okay. Ms. Halton, thank you for the correction. Have you ever been wrong?
I, counsellor, am frequently wrong. I like to tell my children that we have to confess when we are wrong. I am providing you with the best information based on my experience, the advice that I have received, and a very good understanding of administrative law. I have couched what I have said to you very carefully in that way. So I seek not to misrepresent. I can never say that I am not wrong, but what I can tell you is that my advice in this area is extremely clear, and that is advice from lawyers.
Tonight, on the Monaro Zone episode 220, Quarrel at the Quarry. A long-standing local family, a nationally known bureaucrat, and a council split down political and regional lines. What could have been a standard planning decision erupted into a fiery 2-hour public debate, one that may not have a conclusion for quite some time, and one that could ultimately burden Snowy Monaro ratepayers. At the center of this is the Alpine Quarry, operated by McMahon's Earthmoving, a well-respected and long-standing Snowy Monaro family business. McMahon's has applied to extend the time limit on an existing quarry approval, but opposing that application was celebrity Commonwealth bureaucrat Jane Halton. Her position was clear. The approval had a hard stop on the 1st of December. That the applied for 40-year extension was not substantially the same development, and planning law must be enforced strictly, regardless of who is affected. These are her own words on the matter.
Ms. Halton, it's a pleasure to speak with you. Just quickly, what's the main reason you oppose the quarry operating? And is there anything that could be done to change your mind?
So living next to the Alpine Quarry, and it's not consistent with the current land zoning, we have been subjected to persistent breaches of the development approval. That goes to noise, dust, volumes extracted and truck movements. Notwithstanding, we absolutely understand a number of the issues that will be faced. The quarry approval has expired, and so as an expired application, no longer can it operate, and indeed the existing land provisions mean that it is a prohibited industry. So if you look at the trees that have been destroyed up along the Alpine Way, particularly in an environmental protection zone and in a scenic protection zone, we believe it is completely incompatible with current land use, and it's had its time. Enough's enough. It needs to stop.
So from your response, my main understanding would be your main opposition would be based on legal precedent that because the DA is expired, therefore it shouldn't operate. Is that right?
It's both the legality, but it's also the compliance issues. If it does not comply with its approval, which it does not, it has the council staff have assessed it as being not the same development. Therefore, it is not eligible for an extension.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Council executives and Labour councillors firmly sided with Halton. However, Jindabyne councillors Rose and Elliott, joined by councillors Rooney and Thaler, pushed back hard. They argued that this dispute was not created solely by the applicant, but was materially worsened by council's own conduct. They pointed out that the quarry footprint hasn't changed, blasting is rare and regulated, and many residents and tourists don't even know the quarry exists. And most critically, that an extraordinarily long and unexplained delay by council in reviewing the application helped create the crisis now before them. The application was lodged 9 months before the consent deadline, yet councillors were told it sat largely unresolved until after the extraction period expired, raising serious questions of procedural fairness. From their perspective, this wasn't a minor administrative lag. It was a highly consequential delay that stripped the applicant of certainty, escalated the legal stakes, and now exposes council to arguments that the outcome was shaped as much by inaction as by law. Several councillors warned that this delay was incredibly unfair and almost certain to be challenged if the matter proceeds to the Land and Environment Court. Key arguments included, did the approval truly expire, or did only one or a few conditions lapse? Does time alone fundamentally change a development? Why wasn't a shorter extension, 5 or 10 years, ever seriously explored? Can the quarry even be properly rehabilitated without further extraction? And ultimately, who pays if this ends up in court? One particular allegation was aired publicly. One of the opponents to the quarry alleged that blasting had occurred unsafely, raising concerns about warning procedures and flying rock. Comments that immediately placed a local Jindabyne blasting contractor under an uncomfortable spotlight. Councillor Nick Elliott pushed back, noting that the blaster is licensed, works across the region, and regularly operates in far more constrained environments across New South Wales. The allegation was not tested, not proven, and not supported by regulatory findings, yet it was spoken on the public record.
Miss Halton made some statements. She's got a lot of qualifications, but she did make one against a man in the room here. Blasting was done without notice.
Yep.
We have the blaster here. I'd like to hear his comments if we could.
No.
Well, how do we establish?
That's up to, you can have a discussion with the blaster afterwards, but you've heard the statement and that's it.
It was evident that this issue was no longer just about abstract planning theory. Reputations, livelihoods, and community trust were at stake. Confidential legal advice hovered constantly in the background, referenced, but unable to be fully discussed, adding to the tension and uncertainty. Senior executives and Labour councillors held a hard legal line, arguing that once the 1st of December deadline passed, discretion ended. Full stop. From that perspective, consequences beyond the chamber were simply not relevant to the planning test. But Rachel McMahon's and Jindabyne councillors Reuben Rose and Nick Elliott, joined by councillors Rooney and Thaler, warned that rigidity here wouldn't just end a quarry, it would cascade through the region. They pointed to local employment, with workers and contractors likely to be stood down, higher costs for residents and builders, with rock now trucked from 80 to 100 kilometers away, increased council road maintenance costs, more trucks, more wear, more emissions, and National Parks Works, where this quarry supplies dieback fungus-free rock that is not easily substituted. As we often meme at Monaro Zone, who always pays? The answer is always you, the ratepayer. Here's the uncomfortable reality. If this goes to the Land and Environment Court, legal costs fall on ratepayers, council staff time is diverted, infrastructure projects pay more for imported materials, and most importantly, quarry workers and their families are devastated. Ironically, a decision framed as protecting the public interest may end up burdening the public purse and families already struggling with cost of living concerns. In the end, Labour councillors Summers and Higgins, alongside councillors Stewart, Hopkins, Davis, Williamson, and Mayor Hanna, voted to refuse the extension. Our thoughts and concerns are with the workers and their families, who may now face serious uncertainty about their employment through no fault of their own. This chapter is far from over. This quarrel at the quarry may run for months or years yet, and when it finally ends, the bill will land squarely on the shoulders of Snowy Monaro ratepayers. Share this article and spread the word. The truth belongs to all of us, but only if we have the courage to claim it. Together, we can shine a light on the shadows of governance and bring accountability back from the brink. But remember, the next move isn't up to them, it's up to you. Because in the Snowy Monaro, transparency isn't just a policy, it's the difference between light and dark.
I don't need much this Christmas season, just some honesty will do. No more hidden meetings or budgets gonna skew. I just like transparency with funds spent responsibly. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is truth. I'm not asking much this Christmas, just a little peace of mind. No more costly consultants or plans that leave us blind. I just want to see it clear where every dollar goes each year. Help my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is truth. I just want a council fair with nothing hidden laid bare. And if that's not too much to choose, all I want for Christmas is truth. are speaking, and the coffers feel so light. Oh, council, won't you see us bring some justice in the sight? I don't need much this season, just a council I can trust to manage funds with purpose and treat the people just. Oh, please stop the endless spending with honest reports and mending. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is true. I don't need much this season, just a little peace of mind. No more costly consultants or plans that leave us blind. I just want to see it clear where every dollar goes each year. Help my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is true. I just want the council fair, with nothing hidden laid bare. And if that's not too much to choose, all I want for Christmas is true. The ratepayers are speaking, and the coffers feel so light. Oh, council, won't you see us bring some justice into sight? The ratepayers are speaking, and the coffers feel so light. Oh, council, won't you see us bring some justice into sight? Oh, please stop the endless spending with honest reports and mending. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is true. All I want for Christmas is true.